What's up, y'all? This your man Thor Jeezy here with my man Romy Rome, and
It's 11 o'clock.
it's the day after the NFL draft, the fallout, if you will, the aftermath. And Rome, we know you was working everything, so you didn't get to see it live. So, what's your initial impressions? Andrew Thomas, the Georgia Bulldog, will now have to protect Daniel Jones, the quarterback of the New York Football Giants.
Not surprised, not surprised. I came under the realization pretty much a week ago that we're gonna have to get an offensive tackle. We're gonna have to because Chase Young was coming in the division, and the Redskins weren't going to pass up that pick. No question, they weren't going to pass up on no Young. So the more I thought about it, and there, y'all know I was on that Isaiah Kool-Aid. I wanted to see this on Giants so bad it won't even funny, but realization hit me. I'm like, you got Young in the division now. Young, if you don't have that line show up, he gonna come over there. He gonna tear Daniel Jones apart. So I like the pick, and we was talking about Thomas from the get-go. Early as back as even during the season, they were leaking Thomas to go to the Giants. So I like the pick. Some people say we may have reached too far. So a lot of Giants fans were saying we could have still traded back and got him, but the way this draft went this year, man, you couldn't have took a chance on that because tackles were flying off the doggone roof this year as far as people, picking them. So I like the pick. I think Thomas is going to be, I'm not going to say he's going to be a Pro Bowler yet, but he has that pedigree. He looks like a player that's going to protect Daniel Jones and mainly open up the holes for Saquon, because if he can do that, Saquon can just, you know what Saquon can do.
Oh, yeah.
I like the pick. I'm satisfied. I'm not upset about that.
Well, I can tell you because I don't know if you know, I'm a Bulldog fan, and but it's rough in the SEC, but the line has always been solid, and because DeAndre Swift, he was a running back, they always open up holes for him, and I just was never a big Jeff Fromm fan. He was a quarterback. He was good his first year. That year we played Baker Mayfield and them in the Rose Bowl, but after that, it was like, it just he wasn't nothing special to me. And they keep projecting him to be like second round, third round. I'm like, dude, they need to pick that cat like in the seventh round, in my opinion, because he just ain't all. I don't see him being anybody's franchise quarterback. But moving us, the Jets, they picked Mekhi Becton. I think it was a need pick. They could have went wide receiver, but the longer, because we went almost down to like a minute and 30 left on the clock. And I was like, either they trying to trade with somebody, because it was Becton and Wirfs was still on the board, and I think Andrew Thomas and Becton, they was only quote unquote left tackles, left, because Wirfs and Jedrick Wills from Alabama, they were both projected to be right tackles. So left tackles are harder to find, and I think they were both the safe picks. Mekhi Becton. Last week, I thought that the Jets might not pick him because he had some kind of flag as far as marijuana test or something, and so did Laramie Tunsil. He ended up fine. So, and plus, with the new rules they signed, it's supposedly they're more lenient as far as weed goes or whatever. But like I said, like you, I'm happy with the pick. Can't wait to see what goes down day 2. Because we need some cornerback help. We definitely got to pick a receiver at some point.
To me, this is the most important day 2.
Yeah.
Because we got so many needs, especially the defense. A lot of Giant fans are saying we need to pick a center. And I'm thinking you got to concentrate on that defense right now, okay? Because we got our offensive pick. Now let's see if we can go out here and find somebody, mainly in the linebacker. We need some linebacker help, and we do need a defensive end, though we, franchise tagged your boy, Leonard Williams.
Right.
I got my feelings on that, but I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of his. I was kind of happy when they got rid of him, but he's okay. But was he worth where they picked him at? I don't think he is, But I guess what the Giants thinking is you got to get help where you can find it. It might not be. You figure we could get rid of him, but is there somebody better that we can find? So that's probably what they're thinking. So
now,
we'll see.
Wide receiver position is also, I think, another need. We got Slayton, but you need that tandem. You need somebody,
Right.
you know, to go alongside them. The two receivers that are still out there
Mm.
that I'm hoping will fall to us if Gettleman will draft. You got T. Higgins,
Mm.
that's who I'm really looking at is T.
Mm.
Higgins. And you got Michael Pittman Jr., I think.
Mm.
I think
USC.
yeah.
Yeah.
So those two receivers, I'm mainly looking at Higgins, and I'm thinking if Higgins is still on the board by the time we, you know, come up, I hope Gettleman is thinking, well, Higgins and Slayton as a tandem. You know, that's a pretty scary tandem right there. When you got a quarterback that can give him the ball and you got a line that hopefully will start gelling better and be able to give him that protection. So that's what I'm looking at mainly in day two, defense and a wide receiver.
Well, I noticed at the end of it because I stayed up. We cut it off like right after the Falcons picked or whatever. But I noticed near the end of the draft, it was a big run on cornerbacks, and I was like upset with that because we need a cornerback bad. I was like, damn, all the cornerbacks flying off the board, and people thought a few people, you know, a few teams they thought reached on something, but yeah, a lot of matter of fact, let's take a look at it because the Cowboys made a move that you might want to be concerned with as well.
Yeah.
You know. So here we got the first round. The Bengals, Joe Burrow expected. Chase Young, as we said. Lions, Jeffrey Okudah. The Giants, Andrew Thomas. The Dolphins, they got their man Tua Tagovailoa. Glory be. And they left the Chargers with Justin Herbert. Carolina Panthers surprised everybody. They thought Simmons would go here, but they picked Derrick Brown. In the Cardinals, they picked him up.
Building a good team there, the Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals, they're gonna be nice. DeAndre Hopkins. You know,
Gerald.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's now you talk about a tandem. That's gonna be a tandem.
Damn, yeah.
You know, with that air raid offense they be running, and they got that running back from Miami last year that worked out for them, which enabled them to get rid of David Johnson. You know,
not really, because.
So then Cleveland, they got Jedrick Wills, and me and Adrian was online. I predicted that's who they would pick, and we ended up getting Mekhi Becton. Vegas Raiders got Henry Ruggs at third. Surprising, he was the first receiver off the board. Everybody thought it'd be Judy.
That's what I thought. But then again, if you know the Raiders, they love speed. So
yeah. And then Tristan Wirfs went to the Bucks. They moved up, switched with the 49ers, who got Javon Kinlaw to replace the D tackle they traded away to Indy. Falcons got AJ Terrell. And here, let's stop right here. The Dallas Cowboys got CeeDee Lamb. Now, bro, I know you got something to say about that.
You already know it. It's funny thing. You know, at work last night, I was telling my coworker because he's a Titans fan. He was like, "Oh, I hope Lamb or Judy falls down to us because they still everything." So I was like, "Well, as long as that neither one of them go to Dallas or either the Eagles." So Judy got taken, and my brother's Bronco fan. He was happy about that.
Right.
I wasn't sweating that, but Lamb was still up there. I'm like, man, the Cowboys getting ready to come up, and the Eagles. Yeah, man. I hope they pick a cornerback. I hope the Cowboys pick a cornerback because they need defensive help. The Eagles, who I were really worried about, that's who I was worried about. I looked on my phone. I saw that they had drafted Lamb. I was all through. I said, that's just the worst thing that could happen because these Cowboy fans,
they're a trip, ain't they?
Y'all are the most arrogant fan base in the planet on any sport level.
Yeah.
Y'all are the most arrogant fan base on the planet. And of course, Cowboy fans at work were already just talking junk. I mean, just talking smack. So that ruined my whole night because truthfully, you know, put aside the hate, that's a good pickup for them.
Yeah, it is.
That's a three-headed monster they got now.
Because you know, everybody thought they were going defense, and I remember watching Undisputed last week, and they, you know, because Skip Bayless, he's a big time Cowboy fan, and he's from Oklahoma, so you know, he was saying if Lamb dropped to them, he's just gonna run through the streets naked because he gonna be ecstatic. You know,
he was ecstatic this morning. I flipped the channel after that. I couldn't take it. I couldn't. I couldn't watch it. So
yeah, I knew as soon as that happened, and he was still on the board because everybody projected him to go defense, safety, because they kept trying to get Jamal Adams off of us, and it kind of makes me a little upset because if we'd have made that trade, we could have picked CeeDee Lamb, but that's cool. Jamal Adams, he's a good player. Hopefully they can re-sign him or whatever.
Right.
But speaking of the Eagles, they did a surprise move. Where the Eagles at? And they picked Jalen Reagor, wide receiver out of TCU. Now he's 5'11", he's a speedster. Everybody expects him to pick Justin Jefferson, he was actually my favorite receiver out of the whole draft. I watched that brother because I'm an SEC fan, and that dude, he had 18 touchdowns this year. I know it was Joe Burrow and everything, but you can't sleep on 18 touchdown receptions, And so I wouldn't have been mad if we'd have traded down and ended up with Justin Jefferson, But yeah, the Eagles, they had to pick a receiver. So
either way, Lamb was. It seemed like Lamb was going to come into the East regardless, because if he didn't go to Dallas, I still would have been mad that he went to the Eagles. So just our luck that we got to deal with that. So we got to deal with him, and we got to deal with Young in Washington. So East slowly trying to build back up. Just slowly trying to build back up.
Yeah, it's funny because people, they dog the East, and I remember I was alive when there was no better division in football. You had LT and them, the Skins had the Hogs, the Eagles had Randall Cunningham and them, the Cowboys had Randall. I mean, it was like a dog fight every night. And now the Cardinals was in the division. That's back when they had 5 teams in the division.
Right.
But slowly, I think you might be getting back to that kind of hard-nosed football, you know what I mean? And we'll see today. I think we need to talk about what's the on the, even though you kind of touched on what's on the expectation list. Let's see, look here at the bottom of the 2 cornerbacks. Somebody else picked a corner up here. Now this guy was a reach. They was projecting Damon Arnett to go in the 3rd round. Because I know when I did my little mocks simulations, this dude always came up round 3. They messed around and picked him in the 1st round.
Yeah, I saw those, but Raiders.
I don't know how these teams be acquiring these 3 and 4 picks in the 1st round and everything, man. You know what I mean?
Because we got a ton of picks in the 7th round. The last round, the Giants got I think 4 or 5 picks, because when I was like, doggone, we got a whole bunch of picks in the 7th round and everything. So
probably could be some was compensatory, like you lost some free agents and they give you picks because we got an extra 6 because we lost somebody. I don't know who it was, but that's usually how it works. And as far as us, second one, we gotta pick we have to get a receiver.
Yeah. Excuse me. 2, like I mentioned earlier before we came up here, you got 2 receivers up there right now that I feel are the best ones available that are left. Michael Pittman Jr. and T. Higgins. T. Higgins is really the one that I'm eyeing. That's the main one that I'm eyeing right now. It's going to be interesting to see where he goes. I wouldn't mind him in New York, but again, you're dealing with Gettleman. Gettleman likes to think he's more intelligent than everybody.
Yeah, than everybody else. Yeah, I gotta admit, I love listening to him, his little press conference, because he's entertaining, man. You know what I mean? Because it's like some mob boss talking and everything, But that's what it sounds like when he be talking. But I definitely think both of them cats gonna be gone by the time we pick. I'm looking at KJ Hamler out of Penn State. He's another little speedster guy. I think that's the trend now that everybody see Tyreek Hill in Kansas City, and they see how speed can kill and everything. Because it was rumored that we were talking about Henry Ruggs, because he ran a 4.2 or whatever. And I was like, dang, I hope that's not true, because I would prefer Lamb over Ruggs. I just think he's more complete wide receiver, bigger frame, all that kind of stuff. But we ended up picking the lineman. But yeah, I'm looking at Bryce Hall, cornerback out of Virginia. He might be available. Troy Pride Jr. He's the cornerback out of Notre Dame. And then we need some edge rushers. A lot of them are still available. That dude out of Wisconsin, his name escapes me right now. He's still out there, and you got what's the name? As far as cornerback, we call it dude brother that used to play for the Vikings. Diggs, Diggs, his brother from Alabama, he's still out there. I'm surprised nobody picked him. So you got a lot of talent still out there. It's a deep draft this year, man.
A lot of talent because that's another need of us. Edge rusher. We do need another edge because I'm not no Leonard Williams fan. He's average at best.
Yeah.
So we got to get another edge to go up there. We got to get somebody that's going to get after the quarterback. So
yeah.
I'm looking at the edge. I'm looking at a linebacker too. I know we picked up that one guy in free agency from the Packers. And they say he's a good tackler. In fact, I think he led the league in tackling last year. So we got him. I forgot his name. His name escapes me, but we picked him up. But I still think we need speed because we don't have speed right now. So we need somebody with some speed. And we drafted a cornerback last year, DeAndre Baker, and he started coming along at the end of the season. I think he's gonna be all right. A lot of Giant fans are already calling him a bust, but started to come along at the end of the year. So I think I'm not gonna say we are all right on that. I wouldn't mind another cornerback, wouldn't even mind another safety, but edge rusher and linebacker, what I'm mainly looking at in that second round and further rounds going forward.
Yeah, everybody trying to get younger faster, that's why some of these, I was a fan of all the free agents we picked up. We picked up Rashad Perriman from Tampa, who started to come on for them last year, but they just had too many receivers. So, somebody had to be the odd man out. Now, old Gronkowski done came out of retirement, and they trying to get rid of O.J. Howard, which I wouldn't mind having.
Good pickup for y'all. If y'all can swing that'd be a good pickup for y'all.
Yeah, but we probably going to give up some. I think the theme this year was why it wasn't that many trades. People weren't trying to do them with this situation.
Yeah.
People couldn't examine, go to pro days and all that kind of stuff like usual. So they didn't want to give up their picks. So it's just they wanted to hold on to later picks and fill their holes that way instead of like banking on next year because, we don't know what next year going to look like because we even have a season. You know what I mean? So it's like we'll see. And I just think that's just my theory on why we didn't see that many trades, in general. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the day. I think come on early today. I think come on like 7:00.
Yeah,
and
I think Saturday will be on. I think Saturday come on probably like 5:00. I think.
Yeah, come Saturday. I think come on during the afternoon. It might be even like noon or something like that. I think they come on Saturday real early, and but like you say, today is the day. Like rounds 2 and 3, we got 2 third rounders, we got 1 second rounder, and I'm glad we kept all our picks because they was talking about trading for Trent Williams, which I didn't want to do because 1, he's 32 years old.
Exactly.
2, he's been injured. 3, he's got like a couple, I don't know, what is it, drug, hits against him. He did weed or whatever. And you do 1 more and he's like suspended for a whole season. And you done traded draft picks for this dude. He can't even play. You know what I mean? So ain't nobody trying to do that bullshit.
Yeah, y'all did on that, not trying to get him or anybody else. I think Trent Williams, honestly, I think the trade and already came off the tire with him.
Yeah.
So, and I agree with you as far as the trades because I think there were a lot of teams that did want to make some trades because it's COVID-19 situation and all that. They were hesitant to do it because I really believe there were a lot of teams that wanted to trade.
Yeah, kudos to the Dolphins and the Raiders and the teams that had and the 49ers teams that had like 2 and 3 first round picks. They were really able to fill their holes. Hopefully. But I think the disadvantage is going to be it's not really going to be off-season programs. And, these, especially for like maybe Tua and the young quarterback, Joe Burrow, it's going to be hard for them to learn the system going into the season, So I don't know how they're going to do that going forward or whatever. But yeah, I'm still excited. I'm happy with our picks and but today was the day when we picked Mekhi Becton, I said, okay, now we gotta find the receivers, the cornerbacks, and maybe an edge rusher. So that's what I'm looking forward today.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be watching tonight. Because like I said, day one is important too. But to
Yeah,
me, you a lot of throughout the history, day two and beyond is when you find your gem pieces. And
exactly.
a lot of Hall of Famers that are in the Hall now came from the later rounds.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
hell, Tom Brady in the 6th round.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
A lot of because it's still that little mystique that people think, oh, your great players come in the first round. No,
that
no,
ain't
no,
necessarily true.
no. Your great players come in the later rounds.
Yeah,
And perfect example, Antonio AB. AB
AB.
came in the later rounds before he went crazy and everything. But if he had stayed on course, he was on his way to a Hall of Fame career. And I'm like, he came in like I think the sixth round he came in.
Yeah,
So
what do you call it? Russell Wilson? He came in the 3rd round. Dak, he came in the 4th round. I mean, you can go on and on.
yeah,
It's Joe Montana. He was a 3rd round pick.
exactly.
So it's like you don't. I think the first round is more like nostalgic, and usually, everybody got their suits and stuff on, and they rolling out red carpets. But you really build the foundation of your team in the 2nd round, 3rd round, even the 4th round. To me, those are the key rounds of building a good foundation. And I was curious because this is the first year we had a new GM. We had Joe Douglas, who was held in high esteem. He didn't work under Ozzie Newsome, Harry Roseman, and some big wigs as far as front office wise in the league. And I was curious to see how he would do. Now, to me, that wasn't a hard pick to make. Usually the first round, you usually follow the script, so to say. Now, going forward, this is what I want to see. This is where you earn your money if you're a GM. You know what I mean? This is where you really got to put your scouts and everything, in this is where they earn their money. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen tonight. I mean, I know we got our statue show, but you best believe I'm gonna have on on the I'm gonna have his draft on. So I might be off camera a little bit.
I was talking to you earlier about my employment situation as far as 4 days. I said, well, you know what? I did it at the right time because I'll be able to watch the draft. I'll be able to tune in on time for the statue show. I tune in on time even when I'm at work, but I'll get it, actually sit and chill because I got to keep tending to things. But tonight I'm like, I'm definitely gonna be sitting back watching tonight because as will all Giant fans, because the Giant fan base and pretty much everybody, the Jets got a pretty much a passionate fan base, but being that I root for the Giants, we're spoiled. We're spoiled. We had, just like Fox was showing the Super Bowl that when we beat the Patriots.
Right. Which time?
Watching that, it just brought back memories. I'm like,
this
is what I want to go back to. I want to go back to that.
Yeah.
Because and we're spoiled. We're not used to being the Cleveland Browns, basically what we become. We're not used to being that. So, we got to get back to that. And I hope, hopefully Judge is the one that can do it. I don't know. And it seems like the Giants want to try to become the Patriots now.
Yeah.
I guess they're thinking, bringing Judge in or do that. But time will tell. And with y'all, with Brady gone now.
Yeah. I'm a little worried about I'm a little worried about the Bills and the Dolphins, to be honest, because the Dolphins are building a good foundation for the future. They got a lot. I mean, Dolphins had 14 picks, man. That's 7 rounds. I mean, they got an average of 2 picks per round, so that's a lot of picks. What they did with them, Tua, we'll see. He gets injured a lot, so then they picked the lineman from USC. I heard he's good. So the third pick,
Miami. Then I mean Buffalo, I would agree with that, but I'd be a little bit more worried about Miami.
I agree. I am.
If he stays healthy, man. I don't know. I mean, I might get shot down for this. If he stays healthy, he has. I'm not saying he's gonna be better than him. So everybody that's watching, just don't shoot me down. But if he stays healthy, he has the potential to possibly be better than Mahomes. Possibly
Right.
be better than Mahomes.
Oh, we got to talk about that. What do you think about the Packers picking Jordan Love in the first one, moving up to pick Jordan Love with Aaron Rodgers still in quote unquote the prime of his career?
Well, Stephen A. Smith was on the high horse about that this morning. It shocked me because I really thought they was going to pick a wide receiver. As a matter of fact, I was thinking they was going to pick one of the receivers I had mentioned earlier, Higgins or somebody like that. And they picked, they did the same thing to Rodgers that they did with Brett Favre.
Yeah.
He's up in age now, so they picked Love, and Love is in a good situation. I think that's a good spot for him. But honestly, I did not think Love was going to go into like the second mid round. I was even thinking he was probably going to drop to the third round. I was like, I think Love's going to be that type that's going to drop a little bit, but Packers reach, so we'll see what happens now. I don't, Rodgers, I could see him. I think he'll stay, but I could see him wanting out of Green Bay maybe after the season. I don't think he wants. I think he's at the type point now. He's not wanting to stay to mentor a young
right. Yeah,
he wants to win another Super Bowl. So if he can't do it in Green Bay this coming season, I could see him getting out of there.
Yeah,
that's the stunning pick of the night.
Yeah, that was definitely the shocker of the night. When they moved up. Like you said, I thought they was gonna pick T. Higgins or somebody, but they picked the heir apparent. I mean, I forgot. You forget that he's 36 years old. As good as he plays, you forget. He got picked in like 04 or something like that, and what was it 05? Basically around the time. It wasn't the same draft, but it was like I think it was the year before. Roethlisberger and all them got picked, and Phillip Rivers and your boy Eli and everything. So basically, he can still play, but you can see in the next year or two he might start to be on that decline. And I do applaud the Packers for having a backup plan, or in this time, Rodgers is still gonna be the starter. Nobody's got doubt about that. So in this time, he can be groomed just like Rodgers. It's basically the same scenario as when Rodgers got picked. He can sit there and they can groom him, considering if, LaFleur going to be still the head coach, and they can get him ready to play. So but here's the problem, because we know Rodgers gets a lot of injuries, So what happens one day he get injured and this dude come in and beast out? Then what they're going to do? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we'll see,
And like I said, I really don't see Rodgers staying in Green Bay, beyond after the season. I mean, could be wrong, but quarterbacks got egos. I mean, whoever thought Brady was going to leave New England. I mean, that's right there is why I honestly don't think Rodgers is going to stay in Green Bay after this season, because I'm still shocked by that, Brady not being in New England. I'm still shocked by that.
Yeah, it's gonna be strange to see him in a Buccaneers uniform. You know what I mean? But I think it's gonna be fun because of the division. You got Breeze and you got Ryan in Atlanta. So we'll see. Plus, I look at their schedule. They got a few tough games on there. They got to play. I think they play the West, Frisco, and all them too. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
That's tough.
And they play the Chiefs and all them too. They play their division.
Oh, dang.
So, but the thing is, all the real tough. I think they play Aaron Rodgers too, if I'm not mistaken as well. Yeah, no, they play the Central. That's what they play. They play the Aaron Rodgers, the Bears, the Vikings, and all them. But all their real tough games. The thing about it is, they all come to Tampa. Like Kansas City come to Tampa, and all the people like that, they all come to Tampa. So, fingers crossed we get to see all these games be played, But,
yeah, that's what I'm worried about. But I mean, I read somewhere that they talking about they're gonna push forward with the season, but there ain't gonna be no fans, and that's gonna be kind of strange,
Yeah,
football and not, hearing the fans and all that. I'm just wondering how they gonna pull that off. You're gonna be hearing the players saying this and that on the field.
Exactly, yeah.
So I'm wondering how that's gonna get pulled off. Hopefully, I'm just hoping and praying that this thing eventually will just slowly disappear.
Yeah.
We can just get back to semi-normal.
Or develop a vaccine or something, man. But they, talking to PJ, because PJ in the medical field, he's saying that might not come till like December to January,
Yeah, that's what they're
producing it on a mass scale, which I was like, well, I mean, I guess I get to stay off from work, but hell, you want to go do some, because it's just a drag far as operating in normal, like I said, with the grocery store and stuff like that. I mean, there are some perks because they have made things a lot cheaper, and like Olive Garden, they running this special where you can get 2 entrees for like $12. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay,
all right.
You know what I mean? So me and the wife been hitting that. But we'll see, fingers crossed and everything. But yeah, peeps, we that's our little assessment. Rome, you got any closing thoughts, man? Or
yeah, I mean, like I said, man, this is the most important day of the draft. Round 2, round 3, and beyond. Mainly round 2 and round 3, because you find a lot of your gems in this round. So this is definitely, the main course as far as I'm concerned. So I'm ready for it. I can't wait to watch it tonight. Gettleman, don't let me down. Don't do no stupid pick. Get our knees, get an edge rusher,
right?
Get a cornerback. We probably could use one more quarterback, but really I prefer a wide receiver. I want a receiver to go along with Slayton, because Slayton, came out of nowhere, and he's mainly the go-to guy now as far as catching the ball. So I really want another tight end, because I'm not a fan of Evan Ingram. I'm not a fan of him. He's talented, but he's injury prone.
Yeah, they were saying that. Well, I mean, you never really know, but the evaluators were saying this really wasn't a big year for tight ends.
Yeah.
The guy from Notre Dame, his name escapes me too. They were saying he's pretty much the best one. They had this guy from Dayton, and but they were saying this really wasn't a huge year as far as tight ends go. But I a receiver, I think that we hopefully we can get our hands on the guy Claypool out of Notre Dame. I've seen tapes of him. He looks pretty good. So yeah, either him or KJ Hamler hopefully be available. That's who I'm looking for as far as the second round. Like I said, third round cornerback, DN. That's pretty much what we need. I'm thinking at some point we probably gonna pick another interior offensive lineman, probably. Just for depth purposes. There's a lot of them too. You got Cushenberry out of LSU and a couple guys from Auburn. So we'll see, people, and hopefully we try and come back on next Friday to wrap it all up. That way we know all the picks and everything. We kind of give our draft grades for our teams and everything. Hopefully we get Adrian on here. We'll see, But take care, everybody. And those of y'all watching, we'll see y'all on the bright lights of Friday night tonight, y'all. So take care.